How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday in my world. Happy whenever you'll see this in your world, okay? Bienvenidos a mi canal. That makes me laugh every time. Welcome back to my channel if you know me. Thank you so much for coming back to see you, girl. I appreciate you. If you do not recognize this face right here, my bad. My name is Latrice. Nice to meet you. And this right here is Faith by Latrice, yes. Where faith is the muscle we exercise around here. Now let's get on into it. No dilly-dallying. Like I got hair on my mouth. Okay, y'all. So last night I was listening to a sermon called Strange Oil by Pastor Dharius. PD, what's up? Now I was cooking and I put it on in the background. But the problem is, this ain't no background type of sermon to listen to. You have to have your full attention, because I surely did have to keep my eye on the stove and go to the phone and write my notes and keep my eye on the stove. It's called Strange Oil. I'm gonna put it below, right? But it's a strange oil is referring to two things. Strange, the fact that in the Bible, God does not refer to his believers, his children, you and I, if you believe in God, as anything that is synonymous with normal, common, or average, right? The things he describes us as peculiar, beloved, worthy, all the things, right? Chosen. None of those things are common, right? Sometimes what happens in this life of being Christian can be strange, right? And referring to oil mentioned in the Bible is often referring to or describing the anointing. Now, what is that? If you're anointed, right? Boom. PD just describes it as it's an area where God gives you an unusual amount of grace, right? To do something usually. Let's just get to it. I can't remember the scripture right now, but just flow with me, okay? Now, when he was describing oil, he said oil leaves evidence. Oil leaves evidence. Wow. He said what you're anointed for leaves evidence, right? The effect, the impact, the influence you have. You can see where you're anointed when you can see the fruit of unique impact. Boom. Let's get up in here, okay? Now, talking about what you're anointed for. Remember, some videos way back, I would say, or I've said before, to evaluate yourself, right? Take an inventory of you. What are the things you're good at? What are the things that you do often? Jesus, what are the things that you keep going back to, right? You think it's a hobby. You think you just like it, right? You try to stop. Or this is something that gets on your nerves, that bothers you about what's happening in the world. And you're like, why don't nobody else see this? Why doesn't anybody else pay? Why isn't anybody saying anything? Because you're called to fix that thing. The thing that uniquely agitates you usually, PD says, it's like an indication of something that you're born for, right? The problem you're built to solve. Jesus. All right. Take an inventory of that thing. Or another thing that I be thinking of is I be thinking about myself and about the people that I follow, such as Pastor Dharius. He was like, if you give me a hammer, I'm not anointed to do that. But if you give me a microphone, that's where I am. Those things where you know you in your bag doing it. Now, there's things in the world that are not meant for me to do. Just saying. But there's things that I know that when I'm there, when I do this, when I show up like this, I'm in my bag, right? And that's not to say just like me, I'm just so great. No. Everything good about me, every good thing that comes from me is coming from God, right? I ain't do it. I didn't give myself no speaking ability. I didn't give myself the ability to put colors and materials together. I didn't give myself the ability to do anything well. You understand what I'm saying? All right, boom. So think about those things, right? What is it that when you get in this area, you see the impact around you? People come up to you and say, wow, thank you so much for doing that. You're like, wow, really? That's crazy. The impact, the influence, the effect you have on people in this area. When you show up to the office and you go in the room and give your assignment, or you go do this one specific job, and now you see that it's affecting everybody around you in a way that it hadn't happened before. Take an inventory of that. Boom. One more thing. He said, once you're aware of it, you've got to accept it. Once you're aware of the area that you're anointed in, you have to accept it. Because oftentimes people think their oil is not enough. They think the thing they were given is not enough. You see people who are designers, right? Graphic designers or whatever. You were given a gift to to be able to compose well, right? A composition, you have an eye for that. But then you go look at the next person in the next lane and you feel like, I can't do it like them. Hello. You're not supposed to. We all have different fingerprints for a reason. God knew what he was doing when he made us all different. He gave us all different fingerprints for a reason. You're not supposed to be like the next person. Stay in your lane. Focus, focus, focus. What are you anointed for? El tema de hoy. What are you anointed for? If you don't know, ask Jesus. If you don't know, take an inventory of your life. What do I keep coming back to? What is the problem that I always see that I feel like I need to solve? What is it? Once you figure that out, accept it. I hope this helps somebody. I hope this helps somebody, because guess what? You're special. You have a thing. Yes, you're anointed for something in the world. All right, y'all. Happy Tuesday. This is going long and I'm getting hot. Si nadie te ha dicho hoy, esta día que te estoy hablando a ti mismo. If nobody has told you today, I love you. Because listen, life be life. But guess what? You're going to prosper regardless. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.